Shit! There. My filter got knocked over by my hand, but the problem's been fixed now. Anyways, it's been some time since the last video. My brain just needed a refresh from content is all. So, with that being said, I'm back to making this content once again after a little time off from it, and I figure a good way to ease back into it is with a news video, and it's about something that happened in 2020, and that being E3 canceled again, because, keep it real here, E3 is pretty irrelevant at this point. It just doesn't serve the purpose that it once used to. Not to say that replacements such as the Summer Game Fest were any better, because when that happened in 2020, it just wasn't. It was pretty poorly executed from what I remember, but we'll just see what happens this year, because Jeff Keighley seems to be hinting at something on Twitter, so we'll just have to see what amounts from that. But with that being said, let's read this article about it, why don't we? E3 Digital and Physical has been officially canceled. After previously canceling its in-person E3 2022 event, the ESA has now informed its partners that there will be no digital event equivalent this year either, meaning that E3 has been fully canceled. The news broke via a tweet from Razer PR lead Will Powers, who said that an email had been sent out announcing the cancellation of a digital E3 event. IGN has independently verified the contents of the email as well, which I've already looked at this tweet myself, but let's look at it together for those of you who aren't aware of it. Just got an email, official E3 digital is I can't speak, is official canceled for 2022. Okay, so that was a bit of a typo. Lots of mixed feelings about this, which, I mean, it's understandable. It's been around for so long, and to see the state that it's in these recent years, it's pretty depressing, honestly. It's sad to see. You know, it's yet another giant in gaming slowly dissolving away in some way. You know, first you have something like G4 in the 2000s, which they tried reviving, but to say that they have fucked it up, you know, I think that's putting it lightly, and I hope E3 doesn't have the same fate, and it does go out with a very smooth death. Sources connected to the event tell IGN that discussions about a possible digital equivalent have been ongoing ever since, without strong momentum to drive them. Instead, the SA seems to be updating plans to regroup for a larger comeback in 2023. We'll see how that pans out. Hoping for the best in this instance. The SA has shared an official statement with IGN confirming E3 2022's cancellation, announcing that E3 will return in 2023 with an invigorated showcase. We'll deliver all our energy and resources to delivering a revitalized physical and digital E3 experience next summer. Whether enjoyed from the show floor or your favorite devices, the new 2023 showcase will bring the community, media, and industry back together in an all-new format and interactive experience. We look forward to presenting E3 to fans around the world live from Los Angeles in 2023. The ESA adds that the 2022 showcase has been canceled, so the organization can focus on its resources on the show next year. So first off, I just want to mention what they're trying to do with 2023 from the sound of things. Are we just going to go in the direction of directs similar to Nintendo? Because that's just how it's feeling as of now. I just feel like that's the most likely thing, unless they pull a real rabbit out of the hat. But I'm not thinking of anything. Maybe I'm just not clever enough. Maybe I'm not enough of a gamer to have a good enough idea. But I'm just guessing going off of my own intuition, so we'll just have to see how that pans out next year and just go from there, I suppose. As for E3 2022, when I think back to the last somewhat good E3, I think back to 2018. 2019 I remember being pretty terrible. 2020, yeah, it was canceled. I just forgot that when I said it at the start of the video. Gee, I'm so disappointed in myself. It's like, after 2 years of pure torture, I'm coming back to hell once again. And I fuck it up. It's like that. I fuck it up after coming back to hell from not being here. This is why I punish myself. It's not for the love of the content, it's for the hatred of the person. But anyways, from there, 2021, I do recall calling that a pretty bad E3 as well. So, it's been a minute since we've had an event that's actually not too bad. It's a real shame, because E3 used to be the Super Bowl of the gaming scene, and now you have all these different events that companies are doing on their own time, such as how Sony pulled out of E3 a few years back, and they've been doing their own events ever since, mainly focusing on state of plays, whereas you have Nintendo, who, well over a decade at this point, I'm forgetting which year specifically, but they've been doing directs ever since, which it's been around the same time frame as E3, same with EA Play, but even EA Play has been canceled, which no one gives a shit, so in that instance, it doesn't matter. But in the case of E3, yes, it does matter because it's been around for as long as it has, decades, as of now. And to see it slowly fall apart in this instance, it's definitely a sad sight to behold. And I'm gonna miss the magic of E3 when it truly is gone for good, probably within the next few years or so. Just the hype of events and games and other reveals that you don't see coming, just having it actually happen, you know, like new IPs or sequels to franchises everyone loves and highly anticipates for who knows how long, years, months, days, whatever amount of time. Just having so many cool reveals out of nowhere, it's such an exhilarating feeling, and to see gaming these more recent years lose that slowly, it's a real shame. It really sucks out the spirit of everything. Yeah, leaks, I've said before, they're a good thing because they can help with marketing, but it reaches a point where it's like, man, I'd really wish that some of these things could maybe not be leaked so that we could get some cool surprises, which I know at this point that's expecting too much, but there's nothing wrong with at least asking. I don't think there's anything wrong with wishful thinking. This is just how I feel. Yeah, it just sucks. That's the bottom line of it. I mean, again, what the hell could they even do in 2023? Maybe it's because of pandemic restrictions, and that alone is what holds them back, but I'm sure there's so much more to that than just the pandemic, because circumstances are better now than they were a year ago with all that. So, as to how they couldn't properly do a show this year, it has to do with waning relevancy. That's just the biggest reason as to why, and that's just how I see it. That's my 2 cents about it. I don't have any cents in my wallet. I have some. They're in my cabinet. I need to open up. I think it's the first one right there. I can hold on. Do I have 2 cents? Oh shit! These pennies are falling out. See this? Pennies. These are my pennies, and you can't take them from me. So with that being said, what are you guys' thoughts on E3 2022 being canceled? Are you saddened by the news? Are you apathetic towards it? Do you even feel anything? Do you feel anything at all anymore? Please! Feel something! That's gonna be it for the news video. I hope you all enjoyed, and hopefully when this next video does get made, it doesn't take another week and a half to upload something. So, that's gonna be it. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. But until then, I'm out. Later.